Do 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 do. Hello, everybody. I am Dean the Turkey Lakester, and this is Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Every Thursday night, most Thursday nights, this is where we gather and I read you a story, a couple of stories. And coming up this weekend, of course, this week is Holy Week. Um, and we are leading up to Easter coming up on Sunday. And so for the occasion, for the holiday, um, I've got some Easter stories to read to you tonight. So let me say hello. Epcot Forever, hello Jordan. And Kay Wilby, hello, welcome in. I'm going to get started on the stories in just a couple of minutes. I'll let people find their way into the stream. But yes, I have an announcement for the future of this show and the channel. It's a good announcement, and I'm going to do that um, at the in between the first and the second stories. I will do that announcement. Something that you'll probably be happy to hear if you enjoy the stories, like I know so many people do. Tina McNeil, hello, and also Chuck, hello. Um, and if you are watching this on the replay, um, let me know in the comments that you were watching and say hello. You can also reach out to me via email right here, theturkeylegster@gmail.com. And if I can remember to check that email, which I need to do tonight, probably after I end the stream, I will see that email. So, my birthday was a couple weeks ago on the 6th, and I actually received a kind of a belated gift, and it's no worries. I'm kind of celebrating the whole month, so it doesn't matter that I got it, just this week. But I wanted to show it to you really quickly here at the beginning of the stream. This card I received from a good friend of that we've known for a long time, and she actually makes handmade homemade cards, and they're always really, really neat and spectacular. So I'm just going to show you the front because it's really cool. The inside looks kind of neat too, but it's got a personal message in there. So I'm not going to show it to you, but here is the front of the card. And it's like raised. It's like, so there's some depth, texture on it. And it's just a really neat card there. Really neat scene there. Some deer and boat and the water there and a little house. And I'd kind of like to live there, to be honest. Um, it would be really nice to just find myself there. And so the inside there's a couple of ducks in the water and there's an eagle flying above there. So yeah, that's the card I got there. Um, Welcome in, Brian Eisenhart. Welcome in, Gloria Thibodeau. Welcome in, Jennifer Caruso. Hello. Excuse me. Here for the comments. Hello. There's no internet there. That is right. That's right. That is correct. Sometimes no internet is actually good. I know in our world, especially following YouTube channels. Um, but I honestly wouldn't mind just unplugging for a little while and just um, enjoying some nature. Um, Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. Hello. Good evening. All right, guys. So this is it. This is it. We are going to continue with the first story, one of my favorite stories because it's one of my favorite series. I need to still watch this special. Um, it's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown by Charles M. Schulz. This is our first story tonight. Everyone popping in here on the last couple of minutes, make sure you bop the like button and for me on the stream. Welcome in. This is based on the animated special. The text was adapted by Daphne Pendergrass, illustrated by Vicky Scott. Your further comment says, I don't want to be one of those guys, but I have seen it. I just mean this year. Kind of like every Christmas, every holiday season, I've got to watch The Great Pumpkin and then Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and then a Charlie Brown Christmas. I haven't watched it yet this year. So that's just what I meant. I have seen it. I just haven't watched it. It's been since last year that I watched it. And back Valentine's Day, I watched the Valentines. All right, here is the story. It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. The winter snow has melted. The birds are tweet, tweet, tweeting in the trees, and all the flowers are in bloom. It's Easter time, and the whole neighborhood is getting ready. Marcy is on her way to Peppermint Patty's house to decorate Easter eggs. Marcy has never decorated Easter eggs before. I got the eggs, sir, just like you asked, Marcy says when Peppermint Patty opens the door. Great, come on in, Peppermint Patty says, but quit calling me sir. In the kitchen, Peppermint Patty hops up on a stool and starts mixing the dyes. You get the eggs ready, she tells Marcy. Now Marcy isn't sure what to do, so she heads over to the stove, cracks each egg, and puts them on the skillet, one by one. Sir, Marcy says after a while, how do we color the eggs after we fry them? Peppermint Patty stares at the broken shells in disbelief. Ah! She cries. Oh, Marcy. Marcy. Across the neighborhood, Lucy leans on Schroeder's piano while he plays an airy spring song. We've got another one of those great holidays coming up, Lucy hints while he plays, where boys have the opportunity to give presents to pretty girls. Schroeder stops playing and rolls his eyes. It's not a time for getting, he scoffs. It's a time of renewal, the start of spring. Wrong, Lucy says with a grin. It's the gift-getting season. At Charlie Brown's house, His little sister Sally is looking at her worn-out old shoes. "It's almost Easter, and I have nothing to wear," Sally cries. Linus and Lucy come by on their way to the Linus and Lucy come by on their way to the store. "We need Easter baskets, eggs, candy, the works. Want to join us?" Lucy offers. "I told you it's a waste of time," Linus says. "The Easter Beagle does all that." "Linus, you drive me crazy," Lucy shouts at her little brother. "Who's the Easter Beagle?" Sally asks. "On Easter Sunday, the Easter Beagle passes colored eggs to all the good little kids," Linus explains. But Sally isn't so sure she believes him. She remembers waiting with Linus for the great pumpkin on Halloween. She stayed up all night, and the great pumpkin never came. "Come on, Sally," Charlie Brown says. "I thought you wanted to get some new shoes." At the store, Charlie Brown, Sally, Snoopy, Linus, and Lucy run into Peppermint Patty and Marcy. "We're here to get some eggs to color for Easter," Peppermint Patty says. "Marcy here fried the last batch." "It's a waste of time to buy and color eggs," Linus says again. "The Easter Beagle will do all that." Peppermint Patty, excuse me, guys, 1 second. Okay. Peppermint Patty looks from Linus to Charlie Brown. "Easter Beagle? Boy, Chuck, you sure have some strange friends. Come on, let's go in and buy some eggs." While Snoopy is looking around, oh wait. While Snoopy is looking around, he comes across a display of big hollow Easter eggs. He picks one up and looks inside. There's a picture of bunnies dancing. Snoopy imagines that he's celebrating Easter with the bunnies too. Snoopy loves doing his happy dance with his new bunny friends. After Sally buys her new pair of shoes, Marcy and Peppermint Patty get their eggs, and Lucy stocks up on Easter supplies. The gang decides to head home. But all the way back, Linus still tries to convince everyone to believe in the Easter Beagle. Lucy finally loses her patience. "Good grief," she cries. "There is no Easter Beagle." When they get home, Peppermint Patty starts making a new set of dies for the Easter eggs. This time, Marcy is sure she'll get it right. But just in case, she puts some eggs in the waffle iron, 2 in the toaster, and the rest in the oven. "Arg!" Peppermint Patty yells every time she sees Marcy ruin another batch. Oh my goodness. With all the eggs ruined again, Marcy and Peppermint Patty start the long journey back to the store. "You're making a mistake," Linus cries as they walk by. "The Easter Beagle will take care of it all." "Really? Sir, is this right?" Marcy asks. Peppermint Patty turns to Linus. "Look, I'm having enough trouble without all of your fantastic stories," she says. "Come on, Marcy." A few hours later, with fresh eggs in hand, Peppermint Patty goes over the plan once more. "These eggs are not to be fried, roasted, toasted, or waffled. These eggs must be boiled." So Marcy fills up a big pot with water and turns on the stove. Then she cracks each egg and adds it to the pot. After a while, Marcy calls over to Peppermint Patty. "The eggs look done, sir." Peppermint Patty hops off her stool. "That's funny," she says, sniffing the air. "It smells like soup." When Peppermint Patty gets over to the stove, she finds out why. "Marcy," she cries, "you made egg soup." Ah! Oh my gracious. "Hello, Chris, the Curtis family. Welcome in." Excuse me. With the last of the eggs gone and no money to buy more, it seems like this Easter is shaping up to be a disaster. "Chuck, I just don't know what to do. How am I supposed to teach Marcy about Easter and coloring eggs?" Peppermint Patty asks. "Don't worry, the Easter Beagle will come and bring eggs to all the little kids," Linus reminds the gang. "I hope you're right," Peppermint Patty says, sighing. But Lucy isn't taking any chances. She's decorating eggs for her own Easter egg hunt. "Easter is very simple," Lucy explains to Linus. "You paint the eggs, you hide the eggs, you find the eggs, and you know who's going to find them? Me." As she and Linus hide the eggs, Lucy writes down where each egg is hidden so that they'll be easier to find, or they'll be easy to find. Lucy is going to have the best Easter egg hunt ever. I think that might be cheating. I don't know. But when Easter morning dawns, the rest of the egg isn't, the rest of the gang isn't quite as excited as Lucy. They've been up for hours with no sign of the Easter Beagle. "Marcy, I'm really sorry," Peppermint Patty says, shaking her head. "It's Easter morning and we don't have any colored eggs. I've seen this happen on holidays before. You look forward to being happy and then something happens that spoils it all." Across the street, Sally turns to Linus, even madder than she was on Halloween. You've done it again, haven't you? Sally fumes. You said the Easter Beagle was coming. Well, where is he? Linus only smiles sheepishly. Never trust a man with a blanket, Sally sighs. Just when the gang thinks that Easter is ruined for sure, someone wonderful comes into view, dancing joyfully across the meadow. It's him, Linus gasps. The Easter Beagle is coming. The Easter Beagle dances through the flowers, over to Linus and Sally, Marcy and Peppermint Patty, Schroeder and Woodstock and Lucy, giving them each a beautifully decorated egg. But when the Easter Beagle finally reaches Charlie Brown, he turns his basket over. It's empty. Poor Charlie Brown. There are no eggs left for him. Charlie Brown is disappointed, but he's used to it. Oh. Marcy turns to Peppermint Patty. What do we do with Easter eggs now that we have them, sir? We put a little salt on them and we eat them, Peppermint Patty says. Marcy pulls out a salt shaker from her pocket and salts the egg. Then she takes a big bite of it, shell and all. Crunch! Tastes terrible, sir. Peppermint Patty can't believe what she's seeing. Marcy will always be her friend, but she's not sure Marcy will ever understand Easter traditions. Hi, Movie Mania Nick. Welcome in. Great to have you in here. Sally and Linus bring their eggs over to Lucy. See, Linus was right, Sally says, smiling. There is an Easter Beagle. Some Easter Beagle, Lucy scoffs, examining the egg she got. It looks awfully familiar. He gave me my own egg. Lucy had spent all day decorating and hiding her own Easter eggs for nothing. The Easter Beagle had just scooped them up and given them away. But Lucy isn't about to let the Easter Beagle get away with it. She storms right over to Snoopy's doghouse, ready for a fight. Come on, Beagle, put up your dukes. But then Lucy gets the best Easter surprise of all. Snoopy climbs down from his doghouse and gives her a big Easter kiss. Lucy feels all her anger melt away. She's suddenly giddy with all the wonder of springtime. Oh, that Easter Beagle, Lucy says with a big smile. And that is the end of our first story tonight. It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. Now, now for a special announcement, guys. So as you know, most Thursdays, to every Thursday, at least most Thursdays, I am live here like I am now, live to read you the stories here on Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Here for the comments, I'm going to have to rewatch the special too. I'll probably do that tomorrow or Saturday. Um, but anyway, I'm going to be doing something starting this weekend because I have another Easter story that I'd like to read for you. I'm going to start about every 2 weeks. I'm going to be reading and uploading a pre-recorded story to the channel. It'll be a Once Upon a Turkey Leg special upload, and that's probably what I'm going to call it, a special upload. And I'll be reading, recording one story, and putting it up on the channel. This weekend's will probably be a premiere on Saturday night, but then starting in 2 weeks, I'll probably just upload it, unless you all want me to premiere the first couple ones, but it won't be like a long every time thing, probably just the first couple that I do. And reason for that is I enjoy reading the stories. I know you all enjoy hearing them, and I have a whole library of stories that I'd like to read to you, and that have not been read yet. So I'm going to kind of move the process along. So in addition to the live Once Upon a Turkey Legs every Thursday, you're going to have these special uploads coming your way to enjoy the stories. So the first 2 or 3 will be premieres. They're going to be like probably every 2 weeks, every second Saturday that I'll be doing this. And I'm excited to do that for you. Once Upon a Turkey Leg special upload, or special, I'll think about what I'll actually call it, bonus story. Yeah, I'm looking forward to starting that. And I don't, it's not here. I showed it Tuesday. The I found a Winnie the Pooh Easter story. That will be the first one that I'll be putting up this weekend. So that's the announcement. Excited for that. And yeah, so let's go ahead with the second story tonight. This is another story that I found, another book that I found in the little library. I found this at the Fort Christmas the other day, and I was so excited they had this because I wanted to read something that tells the the biblical story of Easter, talking about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and that whole story. And this book covers kind of the whole Holy Week part of it. So I kind of flipped through it just to kind of look at it, but I have not actually read through it. So I'm going to read through it now. So here is our second story tonight, The Easter Story by Brian Wildsmith. The Easter Story by Brian Wildsmith. And this tells the story, biblical story, but it's through the kind of features a little donkey. Once a long time ago, a little donkey was brought to Jesus. The little donkey had never been ridden before, but Jesus spoke gently to him, and soon he stopped being afraid. Jesus climbed onto the donkey's back, and they set off for Jerusalem. Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Hello. As Jesus and his friends drew near the city, there were great crowds standing along the road. The little donkey was amazed to see so many people. Some had spread their clothes out on the road. Branches cut down from the palm trees were spread there too, all for him to walk on. Hosanna, the people shouted. Hosanna, it's the man who comes from God. By the time they reached Jerusalem, the crowds had grown more excited. Some people asked, "Who's that sitting on the back of the donkey?" Others replied, "It is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth in Galilee." The little donkey lifted his head proudly as they entered the city. The little donkey carried Jesus through the streets until they stopped in front of the temple. People came from all around to pray there. Jesus went inside and saw that it was like a market, full of people buying and selling. Angrily he drove them all out, shouting, "It is written, 'My house shall be a house of prayer, not a den of thieves.'" Then, every day that week, he taught and healed people in the temple. The donkey stayed with Jesus in the city. Thursday was a holiday, and on that night they walked through the streets to a small house. Jesus went inside to have supper with his friends. Through the window, the little donkey saw Jesus breaking the bread. "Take and eat this," said Jesus, holding the bread. "It is my body." And the donkey watched as Jesus lifted up a cup of wine. "Take and drink this," Jesus said. "It is my blood." After supper, the little donkey followed Jesus and his friends to the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus said to them, "Sit here and keep watch while I pray." The donkey sat and waited, but everyone else fell asleep. Suddenly a crowd of people came into the garden. They were led by Judas, one of Jesus' friends, and they seized Jesus and dragged him away. Judas had betrayed his friend. The rest of Jesus' friends ran away. The little donkey and Simon Peter didn't run away, but followed the crowd through the city. 3 times Simon Peter was stopped. "You are a friend of Jesus," people said. Simon Peter was afraid. "No," he said, "not I." At last they came to the house of Caiaphas, the high priest of the temple. The donkey heard Caiaphas ask Jesus, "Are you the Son of God?" "I am," Jesus replied. The high priest said, "You have heard these terrible words. How can any man speak this way of God? What do you say?" "He deserves to die," everyone cried. The crowd left Caiaphas' house and took Jesus to Pilate, the Roman governor, to see that he was punished. The little donkey watched as Jesus stood in front of Pilate, the chief priest from the temple, and a huge crowd of people. "Are you the king of the Jews?" asked Pilate. "Those are your words," said Jesus. The priest then accused Jesus of many things. "Have you no answer to make to them?" asked Pilate. But Jesus didn't answer. "What shall I do with him?" Pilate asked the crowd. "Crucify him," everyone shouted. "Take him and crucify him then," said Pilate. "I wash my hands of him." So the soldiers took Jesus away. They put a crown made of thorns on his head and made fun of him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they said. They gave him a huge cross of wood and forced him to carry it. "If only I could help him," thought the donkey sadly. But a man came out of the crowd and helped Jesus to carry his cross. The little donkey followed as they led Jesus to a hill outside the city. There they crucified him between two thieves. Late that night, a rich man named Joseph asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. He wrapped the body in a clean linen sheet. It was too heavy for him to carry. So Joseph placed the body of Jesus on the donkey's back, and the little donkey carried it to a new tomb, which had been cut out of a rock. Joseph laid the body inside and rolled a huge stone in front of the entrance. Early Sunday morning, Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Mary Magdalene came to the tomb, but when they got there, they found that the stone had been rolled away and the body of Jesus was gone. The donkey saw two angels where Jesus' body had been. "He is not here," the angels said. "He is alive again." Our Johns, welcome in. Hello. Happy Thursday. Mary and Mary Magdalene left the tomb, and the donkey followed until they came to a garden. A man was standing there. It was Jesus. The women were frightened, but Jesus said to them, "Don't be afraid. Run and tell my friends to go up to Galilee, and they will see me there." Donna Jaworski, welcome in, Donna. Happy Thursday. Jesus' friends were so happy to see him again. He stayed with them for 40 days, teaching them about the kingdom of God. But Jesus knew that it was near the time for him to leave this earth. One morning, he went up to his Father in heaven. The next day, one of Jesus' friends, took the little donkey back to his home, and the donkey stayed there for the rest of his life, remembering the kind and good man he had carried on his back to Jerusalem. And that is the end of our second story tonight, the Easter story. Hope you all enjoyed those stories tonight, and that is our Easter, or the Easter edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Like I said a few minutes ago earlier, I do have that I will be recording, and that is true here for the comments. Um, I will have that special upload coming. It will be premiering sometime Saturday night, probably at 9 o'clock on Saturday night. I don't have it here, so look for that. Besides that, I'm going to be live next week, of course, for more Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Actually, next Thursday is going to be a pre-recorded edition. I'll have whatever story I was going to be live for. I'm going to pre-record it, and that'll be uploaded as well, just because I will not be able to be live for on Thursday evening. But Tuesday, let's talk turkey. It is Earth Day. I'm going to talk about something to do with Earth Day. So come in for that on Tuesday for Let's Talk Turkey. And have a blessed Easter weekend, you guys. Celebrating all of the fun things, but also remembering, most importantly, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ for us, for you, for me, to give us means of having eternal life. That is what Easter is all about. So let's see. Let me review the chat here. There's an Arbor Day peanut special? I don't know. Cinco de Mayo special? I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna see if there is a probably the holiday I don't have from the peanuts is maybe 4th of July. See if they have a kind of a patriotic peanut story. I'm gonna have to look into that. If anyone knows about that, send me a message, and but I'll, if it's on Amazon, I'll find it. But I'll definitely be looking for that holiday for the peanuts. But let me scroll up. All right. So, well, thank you for joining tonight. Once again, have a blessed weekend. Thanks for watching, everyone on the replay. Thanks again. And to anyone who's watching who may not be subscribed, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but consider subscribing. Consider subscribing. The closest thing to a 4th of July peanut special is the This Is America series. Okay, well, they may have a book, like a story that I can read here. I am familiar with the This Is America series. Anyway, I'll find it. You all, thanks for watching. Have a great night. And I'm gonna see you later. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed Easter.